Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to my world, folks. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. I am Cedrick LaFleur, and I am your host of Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC, and this is the Thursday edition of Talk Leadership with Cedrick. And folks, we have a great show planned for you tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. To Talk Leadership with Cedrick is where we focus on leadership and personal growth with business leaders, educators, and local thought leaders. Our goal is to introduce our audience to leaders who are making an impact with innovative ideas. See, our guiding leadership principle is the law of contribution, which says growing yourself enables you to grow others. See, you can't give what you don't have. So first, you must grow yourself in order to grow others. We believe that outstanding leaders like yourself will help us to help others. So tonight, folks, tonight we have another dynamic leader with us. Now, you know, every week I like to do a proper introduction of my guest. So let me do a proper introduction of our guest tonight. So we have Miss Trish Collyer. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. So Trish Collyer is a wellness transformation and success coach, and her passion is to help people live their best life, not just any old life, their best life. See, it is possible, and you deserve it. That's what she wants you to know. See, that's why she has taken the best theories, practices, tips, and tricks and blended them into transformational programs with real results to help you turn those goals into reality. After realizing she was a passenger in her own life, living the same day over and over and over again, Trish decided to take a stand and live the life she wanted, not one that was designed by the opinions of other people. See, folks, that's that day you just realize your purpose and your why. That's the second best day of your life right there. So she determined to master each area she struggled in. Trish became certified in leadership, communication, personal growth, and health and fitness. She sought out to get into this coaching practice, and she blends the best practices of each of these areas to equip her clients with a sturdy foundation to support them as they step into their own greatness. I'm going to say that part again because it's important that you understand this. She wants to help you. She wants to help support you to step into your own greatness. Now, Trish is backed by the masters in the field. Now, she's not talking about me, but the other masters in the field, all right? Trish comes highly recommended, and she's certified by visionaries such as the leadership expert, Dr. John C. Maxwell, a business and entrepreneur guru, Paul Martinelli. She is also backed by the self-image legend Robert Cialdini and brain expert Dr. Daniel Amen, and desire map creator and heart-centered facilitator Danielle Laporte. Now, she is also the co-author of the Amazon best-selling book in both business and health, and it's in no wonder why her passion for helping others design their best life has landed her in her recently released Amazing Women of Influence book, right? Amazing Women of Influence book. Go to Amazon and get that book, right? And she's also on the cover of April's issue of Thriving Women magazine, which is centered around managing stress. So let's welcome Miss Trish Collyer to the show. I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. That was a great introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. So Trish, tell us a little bit about I read some things about you, but give us a little bit more background about your leadership journey and how did you get to where you are today?
So My leadership journey started, I guess you would say, as trying to be the model employee, right? So that thing we're told to do, you go to school, you get the degree, and then you climb that corporate ladder. And for me, my leadership journey started with a frank conversation I had with somebody who wasn't even my manager at the time. I was asking her, what do I have to do to get that manager position? And she looked at me and she said, is that what you want? And I said, well, that's the next step above me right now. That would be the next rung of that ladder. And she looked at me and she said, I'm going to say that again. Is that what you want? What do you want? And I think in that moment, that was the first time anyone had ever really asked me that question. And I had no idea what the answer was, because I had always done what everybody else wanted me to do, right? So you follow that rubric in school of do your homework, get a good grade on the test, get A's in school. But I never really thought about what I wanted. I had done what everybody expected me to do. So after she had asked me that question and I really thought about it, I didn't want to be that manager. It was not in my heart to be the manager over other people in that position. What I really wanted to do was help people go through that same transformation that I had gone through, where you just turn around one day and you go, what do I want? Aren't I doing what I want? Oh, wait, no, I'm not. And sometimes it's really tough to sit in that moment and realize that you're not actually doing what you want, and to come to terms with that. And so that's sort of what started my mission. So I'm more self-leadership focused, because once you lead yourself, then you are equipped to lead others. And that's what started my journey.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Well, that's good that you came to that realization, right? Because some people would have said, well, no, I don't really want that, but let me say yes and let me go ahead and go down that path, right? And then you're, working, going in, parking in the parking lot, going in the building, working from 8 to 4, getting back in your car, going home, coming back the next day, working from 8 to 4, and just like, yeah. That's awesome. So you're here today to talk about a new product that you have.
I am.
So I'm excited about that. So let's just dive right into that, right? Tell us about your exercise program.
So what I discovered from my years in corporate and working with people, both in the office and outside the office, is a lot of times we put ourselves last, and that's because we think we're doing it for the greater good, right? Where, at work it's I need to look after my team. But in order for you to look after your team, you have to look after yourself. And sometimes you get to a point where you are overwhelmed and burnt out, and you're snapping at people, and you're actually degrading that team that you've created, right, because you neglected yourself. And it's from noticing this within myself, as well as in leaders that I had and people who led me in teams that I was on. I started looking around and going, okay, but wait, this is happening because they are pouring so much into the team. Their cup is now empty and they're trying to pour from an empty cup. So I looked around for programs that I could do to, get myself in the best health. And so that I wasn't doing that as a mom and as a wife. And I just couldn't find one that existed that fit what I wanted to do. I don't fit into that cookie cutter mold of, keto is going to work, paleo is going to work. It works for some people and that's great, but it doesn't work for everybody. I don't have time to go to the gym. Right now, where I am, we're still in lockdown, but especially with this last year, it's become pretty apparent that you need to have a program that works with you and can be customized to what you are able to do and what you are going to do. You can, if you just wanted a list of exercises to do, I mean, Google's great for that. But if you want real change, you need to figure out that part that's keeping you stuck. We all know we should do sit-ups. We all know we should drink more water. We all know veggies are our friend. But if we all know that, why aren't we doing it? And so there's some stuff that's stuck, that keeps us stuck, right? Maybe it's mindset, maybe it's organizing your life. The big thing that I've found is stress. And stress causes all these different things. I won't go into the whole science of it. But what I found is when you attack that stress and you break that stress cycle and you replace that stress with healthy habits that are doable, that you can win at, that is what actually gets results. And once you have those results, then you keep going. And before long, you look back and go, wow, look how far I've come.
Right.
So it's not about being a certain size. It's about being your best self, because when you take care of yourself, you're a better parent, you're a better employee, you're a better manager, you're a better leader. The impact you have when you are at your best is huge. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who have not experienced what their best is. And so that is why I made the program, to try to say, look, you can be your best. Let's see what that looks like. And I don't like doing anything by myself. So I thought, well, let's do it together.
Okay. All right. So, there's a challenge that you're putting out there for people, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about that challenge.
So what I've also found is you need small wins and you need bite-sized pieces. And a lot of us think of it as this huge gap that we have to get over, right? Where we are to, being that model fitness or that model of health that we have in our heads, it just seems so far away. So I created a challenge that is 5 days, not 30 days, not a year, you can you can commit to 5 days. And so I thought, what better to do than just give somebody a chance, right? You can do it with me. Or if you want to just do it on your own, that's okay too. I made it available so that you can follow along with me in a group that I'll be starting. I have June 1st as a day that I'm going to be doing this with everybody in a group. If you want to join that group, that's fine. If not, though, I know I've always been a shy person. So I'm one that I might just take it and do it on my own and then maybe ask for help later. So I wanted to make sure it was something for everybody. So in that challenge, we start with one habit per day. And it's just one small thing that you can do to get yourself on track to that best life that you're looking for.
Wow. So folks, the 5-day healthy habit challenge is on the screen. It's in the comments. So make sure you click on the link. And Trish said you can do it alone or you can do it with her. Now, she doesn't mean do it with her in person. She means then wherever you are, that's where you're going to be. You guys will do it together though, right? So 5-day health challenge. Tell us when you're going to start again.
So the next one will be June 1st. Everybody likes the first of the month, so I thought go with everybody. It's after the long weekend, so usually after, I didn't want to do it before any long weekends because people go, oh, and then they're just mad at themselves after, right?
Right.
Oh well, I cheated, I did this. It's not a diet. It's about being intentional. about what you're doing and really getting into that habit of, okay, I deserve to look after myself too. The same as I would look after my kids. I deserve that too. And we
Yes.
forget that as parents sometimes.
Absolutely, that we definitely do that. So, Trish, what made you decide to develop this program?
Honestly, it is the 5 things that helped me the most. So
Okay.
in my journey, I looked back at the things that made the biggest impact. Maybe not the most important health wise, but for me, installing that habit made the biggest impact in my life. So, for example, one of them is journaling, and being able to start that habit and get into putting my thoughts on paper, getting them out of my head and actually looking at them on the paper and deciding, okay, is that true? It's funny how in our head sometimes all those thoughts and those limiting beliefs we believe because they're in our head. When we put them on paper and we read them back to ourselves, I mean, that's like reading a book going, I don't agree with that.
Right.
And that was one of the biggest things that helped me move past my limits and the places that I got stuck. So, sneak peek of what's one of the habits.
Okay. All right. I like that. Journaling is always good and healthy for people, right? Who's the ideal client for this program? Now, I know everybody can exercise and everybody can change what they do, right? But I'm assuming you have a target audience in mind.
Yes. So my target audience, the people who I think need this the most, are those busy professionals. Whether you're working 9 to 5 or you're an entrepreneur, you're busy. And for the most part, they have the family also, because what tends to happen is when you're so busy, you become busy being busy. And you're too busy for your health. You're too busy for exercise. And unfortunately, being too busy for that, I've seen too many times that end in you're too busy until you have no other choice. And then you're at that point where you're overcoming something rather than choosing to be healthy. If you make a few changes now, you may not get to that point where you have to stop because of your health. And
Yes.
so I wanted to start with the people who need it the most, which are the busy people who say, I don't have time for that. So.
Okay, I like that. So folks, if you say, hey, I don't have enough time in a day, Trish says, look, you have 86,400 seconds in every day. It's up to you to make the choice. And I initially talked to Trish about this. She saw my post that said, ugh, fat guy. That's what I was saying to myself, folks. I'm not calling anyone else that. I was saying it to myself. I'm okay with that, with saying it to myself, because it gets me motivated and inspired to go to do something, right? So I've been working out every day, and this is how we initially start talking about this, right? So I can't keep telling myself I don't have enough time in a day. I got 86,400 seconds. I should be able to figure out some of those seconds to go and work out, right? And then another friend said, hey, you don't have to do it an hour a day. Just do 15 minutes a day. That's going to be better than doing 0 minutes every day, right? It worked for me, and it helped me do this. So you have 86,400 seconds in a day. You got 168 hours in a week. You can figure out 1 hour for yourself to make yourself healthier and better. So I need you to click on that link, folks. 5-day healthy habit challenge. It starts June 1st. So you can go and have all of that stuff for Memorial Day that's coming up, right? Go ahead and get it all out the way. Get your 2 cakes and the barbecue and this and that, and get you that apple pie and the hot dog and the hamburger. Get all of it. Then come back June 1st and get with Trish and her 5-day healthy habit challenge. She's going to be ready for you now. You have to bring it after that now. Okay. So, what separates you, Trish, and your business from other organizations that are out there in the similar space?
So I think one of the key things that separates me from other PTs or health coaches is I work with those things you just mentioned that you like, and maybe you don't want to give up. Maybe your dessert of choice is, the Oreos, and you just keep sneaking some Oreos. I work.
Well, hold on a second. So, folks, if you're in the audience and Oreos is your thing, just type Oreos in the comments. I'm a vanilla Oreo person, right? So type that in the comments, right? Because Trish is absolutely right, and I love what you're saying, Trish. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just have to have that moment.
It's about balance. So if that's something that you have to have or that you really want to have, I work with you on that. I say, okay, you want to have the Oreos? That's cool. How do we make it so that you can have the Oreos and get to that health and fitness level that you want? It's about you. It's not about being this size that society says you have to be. It's about you being comfortable in your skin, in your clothes, right? So both sides of it, so that when you, if you're in corporate, you walk into a meeting, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're going in to make a presentation, you are the most confident you that you can be. You're not tugging at your shirt going, oh no, can they see? Oh, got to make sure I wear, the right slimming pants so that, you don't see my muffin top, right? I've been there.
I'm going to sit on the left side so that my left side is thinner than my right side. So I got you. Yeah, I know.
You stand at an angle so they can't really see, right? All the tricks.
Yes.
So that's what makes me different, is it is completely customized to you to figure out, we are not all the same. And we don't have all of the same needs, right? If you, like for me, for example, I'm at home on Zoom a lot. And gyms aren't open. I live in Canada, so a lot of times you can't go outside because it's snowing. And yes, it did snow the other day still. It didn't stick, thank goodness. But so we're really good at finding excuses as to why we can't. And so the way that I'm different is I work with you to find out the way you can.
I like it. I like it. So which part of Canada you live in?
I live in Alberta, so kind of the Idaho side of Montana.
Yes, I know. I'm looking at Alberta right now. I was on a 2-hour webinar today with someone from Saskatchewan. So yes, I know. Alberta is right next door, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. See, I know a little bit about Canada. Let's bigger picture. What made you decide to become an entrepreneur?
I got to a point where my son, when he was little, it was, it was that turning around and looking at my life and going, is this really what it's about? It's got to be different than this. The get up and nagging him to eat his breakfast, get his clothes on, get to school, and the rush, then get myself ready and drive to work, sit in traffic. We went to work still. And it just, then I had to work and make sure I didn't have any late meetings because I had to balance traffic with picking him up from the day home. And it was just constant rush. And by the time I got home, I had no quality time to spend, or very little quality time, right? And we were actually on vacation, and you get to the end of your vacation and you kind of go, I gotta pack my suitcase. We're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I really, really didn't want to go back. And I thought to myself, I mean, who really wants to go back from vacation, right?
Right.
But I thought to myself, and it was one of those like really gut wrenching moments of, no, I really don't want to go back to work. I like the people I work with, but it's just, I finally got to breathe and relax, and I don't want to go back to that hustle bustle busyness.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know what? I don't want that life. And then once I started doing work on myself and realizing how it changed me, that I think was the spark that was, okay, I have to share this with people. I can't keep this to myself. The difference in myself from who I was before I started my journey to who I am today and who I'm going to be. I thought, I have to bring people with me. I can't do this on my own. I can't keep it all to myself. If it helped me, I've got to do what it takes to help other people.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, while you're talking, I was thinking of this 5-day journey, and I'm gonna put this back on the screen, folks, because everything that Trish is talking about today is talking about, health and healthy living and changing your lifestyle and becoming your best self, right? And while she was talking, I was just thinking about this 5-day healthy habit challenge. And, I want to see, are people willing to make a change in their life? You're out there listening to this live right now? Are you listening to the replay? Are you willing to change what you're doing in order to go to a higher level? Are you willing to give up things of lesser value to gain things of higher value? And that gaining things of higher value is gaining this healthy habits, whether it's eating habits, exercise habits, journaling habits, things that's going to transform you in your life. And that's what Trish is here for today with the 5-day healthy habits challenge. So click on the link in the comments and sign up. It's not going to hurt you at all, but it's going to help you a whole lot. So go ahead and sign up for the 5-day healthy habits challenge. So Trish, so now, we're talking about exercising and working out and all that type of stuff. So you're in Alberta. Let's say it's just you at home. The kids are not there. The husband's not there. Nobody's there. Just you. What dessert are you pulling out?
Oh, my dessert. Let's see. If restaurants are open, there is this ice cream cake that a restaurant up here has. It's called the Keg. And it is this mocha ice cream. It has Oreo crust and it has chocolate and caramel drizzled on the top.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I can see your eyes lighting up. You're thinking about it. Look at that. Awesome. So, what's been the biggest thing you've learned from your mentor this year?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that we are all the same. We all have those fears that we try to hide and say we don't have. We all have that mask we wear and try to make sure that we keep up that appearance so that people don't know the real you or all those things that you're trying to hide. You feel like you're the only one that has those. Mm-hmm. We all do.
Yeah.
And it's how we balance those and how much we decide we want to save that energy from having to keep that mask up to go, you know what? I am okay on my own. I'm going to be the actual real me and let that mask go because I decide who I am and who I'm going to be. I'm not letting other people decide that. And those are the people you've made that mask to impress, right?
Yes. Awesome.
So I'd say that is the biggest thing that that biggest realization I've come to this year is
take that mask off.
Yep. And that is why I'm here.
See, look at that. That is awesome. Well, and I'm glad that you're here. So, Trish, we have a segment on our show, Talk Leadership with Cedrick, that we call Would You Rather? All right.
Ooh.
So we're going to play a little round of Would You Rather. All right.
All right.
So, and audience, you can play along with us. You know what to do every week when we do this. Put your comments to Would You Rather, and just type them in the comment section. All right. Would you rather meet your great grandparents or your great grandchildren?
Ooh. Great grandchildren.
Right. Okay. All right. Would you rather have a life rewind button or a life pause button?
Pause.
All right. Would you rather know all the world's languages or speak with animals?
Probably speak with animals.
Speak with animals. I knew you were going to say that for some reason. Would you rather be stuck in a ski lift? I see you, Mike, said great grandchildren. Would you rather be stuck in a ski lift or stuck on an elevator?
A ski lift.
Ski lift. All right. Would you rather go to a concert alone or to dinner alone?
A concert.
A concert. All right. Would you rather be an adult your whole life or a kid your whole life?
A kid.
A kid. All right. All right. A few more here. Would you rather fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret?
Probably my biggest wish.
Biggest wish. All right. Would you rather own a private island or a private jet?
Private island.
Private island. All right. Would you rather have free Apple products forever or free Wi-Fi wherever you go?
Apple products.
Apple product.
Because at some point they're going to include a Wi-Fi stick with their Apple products.
Yeah.
So.
You're absolutely right about that. Two more here. Would you rather be a ninja or a pirate?
A ninja.
A ninja. All right. Would you rather have $1 million in Amazon gift cards or $100,000 in real money?
Amazon gift cards.
Amazon gift cards. Okay. Everybody orders from Amazon, right?
Yep.
So, awesome. So, Trish, leaders come in different, with different strengths, different packages, right? Give us 2 or 3 leader strengths that you think all leaders should have.
I think all leaders should have the strength of listening to understand. Most times leaders who listen until you're done talking, but having the ability to lead or to listen, to understand, that really makes an impact on the people that you're leading. You feel safe and heard, and that is where the magic happens on teams.
Awesome. All right. Any more?
I would say, thinking about the leaders that I have around me, the ability to see more in the person that you are working with than they see in themselves. Sometimes it's the leader, if they have that ability to know just how far to push that person outside their comfort zone, but also believe in them and to get that across. I've been fortunate enough to have that in a leader that I still have in my corner right now. And that they ask you to do something and you go, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. And they go, oh, I believe you can. You'll do it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know really how to hone in on what that's called, but to me, that's really being able to see that potential and pull that out of someone. And that is a huge leader strength to me.
Yes. Awesome. Love that. So give us, good leaders ask great questions. So give us 1 or 2 questions that you either ask or someone has asked of you and you went, man, that's a great question.
One question that I ask people, and has also been asked of me, I stole it or borrowed it, is why not? So usually if there's something keeping us stuck, then if you ask yourself the question of why am I not doing that? What is keeping me stuck? It's easy to remember just to say why not, but why am I not doing that? Because if you have that dream, that goal, owning an island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I own an island right now?
Right.
Why am I not doing the things that will get me to owning an island?
Yeah.
And then that's where you can really reflect and see, oh, because I'm scared, or I don't think I can. Well, why not? Why don't you think you can? And once you keep repeating that question until you can't ask that question of yourself anymore, that is where you get down into that, the real answer as to what's keeping you stuck. So that is one of the things that I do.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask the audience, why have you not clicked on that link to get enrolled in the 5-day healthy challenge? Think about that. Why have you not clicked on that button? What are you afraid of? What do you need to do to click on that button? Just click it, right? Trish is waiting on you. She's going to wait right here. We're going to be live on air until you click that button. So what's the best thing that happened to you so far this year?
I would say just embracing being at home and working from home. I would say as much as COVID has, taken away all those other things that we love, like concerts and gatherings, and, we're able to socialize and then we're not. I think for me, that's given me the time to look at what do I really like doing and what do I really miss. For me personally, I miss hugs. I don't know when we're going to be able to do those again. But just being able to take that time and look at, okay, things are different now. You don't have to drive into work all the time. We've shown it is possible to work from home. So if that's something that you can keep doing, what would you add? And that's something that I've done this year, is looked at, well, what would I add? And, being able to be at home when my son comes home from school and not have to have him go to a day home, just meet him at the door. If he says, Mommy, will you come play basketball with me? I can say yes. And that to me is the biggest thing.
Wait, you go out there and play basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know how to shoot?
I do.
Okay. Can you dribble?
I can.
Okay.
I don't know if I could beat anybody, but I mean, at this point in time, my son's still shorter than me, so at least I have that.
Okay.
He won't be for long. Maybe 6 more months.
Well, while you have the advantage, you got to take advantage of it, right?
Absolutely.
So how can our listeners stay in contact with you?
Right now, the best way to stay in contact with me is on LinkedIn and on Facebook. I post almost every day, and really a lot of the people I talk to end up just direct messaging me. Sometimes it's difficult to ask for help on a big post that everybody's going to see. Sometimes people are afraid to do that. So most people message me, or they get on my email list and see the newsletters that I give out. But for the most part, I put everything up on Facebook and LinkedIn, and just sometimes I ask people for topics that they want me to research for them and talk about, and happy to do that, because that's what my job is to help people with what they're struggling with.
Awesome. Well, so folks, if you in the comments, you can click on the link for her LinkedIn and her Facebook. You'll see it also on your screen, but we've made it easy for you. We've just popped it in the comment section. So click on the link, connect with Trish, have a conversation with her. You guys can have coffee over Zoom. But she wants you to get connected with the 5-day Healthy Habits Challenge. So make sure you click on the link to register for that as well. You just may find out some new stuff about yourself. And it just may be the thing that helps break you out of that funk that you're in. So click on the link and join it. So we know that, the journey to becoming an entrepreneur is never an easy one, Trish, right?
Right.
So what are 2 or 3 pieces of advice that you would share with someone who's considering becoming an entrepreneur?
I would say the most important thing that has helped me is write down your why, because you're going to need that. There are going to be times where you're on, it's a roller coaster. There's the ups and then there's the downs. And when you're on the downs and you're thinking about, am I cut out for this? Should I do this? Is this a silly idea? You need to go back to that why and read it and really get in touch with why you started this in the first place. People don't become entrepreneurs because it's easy, but they do become entrepreneurs because it's worth it.
Yes. Yes, I love that. They don't become entrepreneurs because it's easy. They become entrepreneurs because it's worth it, folks. So look, when we bring guests on the show, folks, we're bringing guests on that's going to help give you some things to change your life, give you some things to transform who you are. And it may not be something big. It just may be something small. It could be something big on different days. But the point is this: every day we're going to bring someone that's going to add value to your life. Trish Collyer is here to add value to your life. So connect with her on LinkedIn, connect with her on Facebook. Go to her website, trishcollyer.com. You'll see that scrolling across the screen. The 5-day challenge. Click on the link in the comment section and join the 5-day challenge. You may find, again, some things about yourself doing this process. So, Trish, what do you do for fun?
I do like to paddleboard. There's not many places to do it up here, but I do live by a lake. It's a very cold lake, but it's still worth it.
You guys keep the cold up there in Canada, and down here in Texas, we're going to keep the heat going.
Yes, I do have family in Louisiana and in California. So that is, I love going to visit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Louisiana, that's where I'm originally from. So there.
I went to LSU. So.
Oh, okay. So you're a Tiger.
Yes. Go Tigers.
Okay. All right. Baton Rouge. All right. So then you know a little bit about gumbo and boudin and crackling.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right.
And that's why you take what you love and you make it work, right? You can't tell people, oh no, you can't have gumbo.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll tell you to go away.
Exactly.
You're not able to be here anymore. Go away.
Absolutely. I told my physician once, so a few years ago, and I said, he said, yeah, you need to start working out. You need to start changing your diet. I said, look, here's the deal, doc. I can change anything in my diet. Boudin and gumbo, I'm never giving up. If I have to give that up, then just go on ahead and dig the grave right now, because it's over, because I'm not doing that.
See, I get you.
You do. That's awesome. So you're part of the John Maxwell team, right? Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about some of the other things that you do beside the health and fitness. And I know you're in the leadership development space. So let's talk a little bit about some of the programs that you may offer or that you do as a part of that?
So one of the other programs that I do that sort of got me into the health also was I do the DISC assessment, so the behavior analysis. I find communication fascinating because I've been on so many sides of miscommunication, where you think communication has actually happened when it hasn't, and just being able to understand different people's personalities is really important to be able to get through. Some people like details and bullet points, and some people react to stories. And there's nothing wrong with either one, but you need to know how to read the situation and understand who your audience is. And I had a boss one time who was very bullet point oriented, and I started telling her a story and she just said, "Stop, I can't." Oh man, I had just started there, and I went to my desk, which unfortunately was a little cubicle, and I cried, and my face was red. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get fired. I haven't even been here for a week." And then I learned about DISC, and she just has a different communication style. So I actually learned through that to take my long-winded emails, write them the way that I can communicate, and then I go through and I change that to bullet points. And then I delete everything else I wrote and I send it to her as bullet points, because that is how she communicates. I didn't get fired, but that shows how important that is. And the same goes with work as it does with families. So I also do the DISC reports for kids and teachers, so that the teachers can understand how best the kids learn, and parents can also understand, because it might not, as parents, we sometimes think our kids are the same as us, just smaller versions, and they're not.
Right.
And realizing that, and realizing that the way that I would want instruction is not the same as how my kid would want instruction and how he thrives. And understanding that and being able to incorporate that just gives so much more to that relationship, to be, I get you, I understand you, I hear you.
Right.
And being on the receiving end of that as well, of being understood. And it feeds right into self-acceptance, and then also builds that foundation to lift you up. So
yes, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, I remember, Trish, that I used to tell my reps, Reader's Digest version, please, because I'm a bullet point guy. So, yes, that's awesome. So, but you do DISC assessments, so behavioral things, communication, health, but you're also certified by Dr. Amen.
Yes.
And so,
yeah. So that is his program is around brain health, and so that's taking care of the organ that really takes care of the rest of you. And that's all aspects of it. That's the physical part and the mental part. So changing the way that you think actually changes the structure of your brain. And wrapping your head around that is sort of a weird thing. Like, okay, so the way I think physically changes my brain. But it's true, and making sure that you are balanced in your thoughts and you're not being run by your negative thoughts, and that you have different pieces. You're not just work focused. You're not just family focused. You have your own purpose aside from family, and just incorporating different aspects of brain health into your regular health. So that's where your brain is mostly water. So we want water in your body so that it's not pulled from your brain to move your legs, right?
Right.
we want our brain functioning as best as we can, right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely want my brain. I want my brain to be on full strength every day, all day, and twice on Sunday. So it's amazing. I have one more question for you, but it's amazing that this time has gone by. So if there was a book that was written about you, not one that you wrote, one that was written about you, what would the title be? And what would the summary in the back of the book say about you?
Okay. Probably the catchy title would be Doubt Me, Then Watch Me.
Oh.
And the summary would be the journey from people pleaser to professional. I don't know, I'm at a loss for words for that, but just the summary would probably be my journey from being that people pleaser that didn't have, that had a lot of self-doubt, and finally realized, you know what, I am the only one standing in my way. I'm letting other people stand in my way. And the story of how I took my power back.
Wow. Okay. I like that. Doubt me, then watch me. All right. So I guess the last question to that is, or the follow-up question to that is, so when is that book coming out, Trish?
Well, let's see, I'm going to start writing in about 5 minutes. That's when I'll start doing the outline.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe soon, who knows?
All right, there you go. And then you have to come back here on Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and we have to talk about it.
That sounds like a great plan.
Awesome. Well, again, Trish, thank you very much for coming on the show. And I have enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. So you'll see folks coming across the screen, trishcollyer.com. Click on the link for the 5-day healthy challenge, healthy habit challenge. And also click on the link to join her, connect with her on Facebook and on LinkedIn. Trish, I'm going to leave you with any final comments.
I would just say, look, it's free. I will see that you signed up for it, but if you want help, I'm here. If you want to do it on your own, that's fine. But just know deep down that you can, and that those reasons that are keeping you from clicking it are just going to keep you stuck. So if you want to finally get unstuck, it's one click and it's free.
Oh, I like that. It's one click and it's no charge to you. So just go ahead and do that one click and boom, it's going to change the rest of your life. So that is awesome, folks. As I always tell you, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu, and don't be on the menu. I want to remind you that tomorrow morning is Friday. So you know what happens on Friday is Friday mental motivation, folks. And you know I'm going to bring it to you hard and heavy at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So make sure you tune in at 8:30 Central Time for Friday mental motivation. Man, the topic that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow is going to get your Friday kicked off hard, heavy, and strong. You're not going to want to end your day, but it's going to help you zoom right on into the weekend so that you can go out there and take on the day, take on the challenges, and take on the world, folks. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow morning for Friday mental motivation, and then I'll see you Sunday morning for the 10-minute word at 9:30 Central Time. And next week, folks, we'll have the show on. I'll be on vacation all next week, so we'll have some good shows set up for you to listen to, tune into. Monday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Central. Wednesday, 12 noon for Cut the Cord. And next Thursday, 5:30 Central Time, we'll be back here again. Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good night. Thanks, and bye-bye.